Aida for reporting threats, and it could have unintended consequences. My sister EF 28 has had long-term health and mental health, behavior issues. Background is she has a hard life. She doesn't work and lives with our parents, ostensibly due to her illness, but largely because she's obsessed with staying thin and uninterested in having to balance this with work. Often called orthorexia when we were growing up, but that's outdated. Despite receiving a lot of treatment, therapy, and attention at the expense of everyone, she's very attention-seeking and aggressive, insulting me and my husband on everything from not having kids yet to my husband's deceased mother. It's rough, it's a huge point of stress for my parents, and I often hear how hard it is at home for them, especially my dad. Ever since my mom was injured at work and was forced to retire early. A man sexually assaulted D 3 years ago, so I tried to give grace despite the bad behavior. Rewind to childhood and she wasn't kinder. Neighbor kids sometimes didn't want to play with her due to spitting incidents growing up. I tried to include her sometimes and other times straight up wanted a break, because that aggressive behavior was a hallmark of living with her. We worked hard to include D in our wedding 3.5 years ago, but after she said no to bridesmaid, or some other role dressing like bridesmaids in case she changed her mind later, I finally stopped bothering much. I even made a post about it on this throwaway once, NTA. It very much offended my mom. Most family understood we just wanted one day, with it not being the E-show, where we didn't have to worry about her behavior. Since then, my mom has really enabled her aggression. Weddings are about mothers and daughters and family, even though we included them in planning. He threatened to kill our dog, bought knives, a taser. She kept buzzing in front of me. She often burst into my and my husband's guest room if we stayed longer than just a holiday for visiting to demand we get out of her house. BC, we live far away. I asked for a lock on the door or my parents to speak with her and they asked why we couldn't all get along. One time 2 years ago she put her hands on me from behind me in front of my mom, who just lollied in not looking, and husband. Afterwards my mom insisted it's because her girls just can't get along and dad wanted me to just be peaceful no matter what. This was a serious turning point with my husband's being afraid to be there to the point of never wanting to see family and angry with my parents. I understood, but my husband had his own health struggles and I needed some family support. I tried to balance visiting alone to help my dad, but the threats continued with buzzing the taser, threatening to punch me, break my nose, etc. I finally filed a police information only report 1 year ago, no charges. Just in case I needed documentation for protective order later. Maybe I should feel guilty, but my only regret was not filing earlier when my husband saw her put her hands on me. Maybe this is what makes me an asshole, because my parents are saying it's affecting her case against her rapist. I've received horrible messages from my mom attacking everything from my character. I've yelled back before and he does this, and one time when my mom said she should slap me, I stood up straight and asked if she really thought that's a good idea, which she said scared her. Good. It's scary to hit fit athletic people or anyone. To my marriage, it's been hard. My aunts, uncles, and cousins support me in blocking my mom and being with them for holidays for safety. But Aida